Strong. That was my first impression of you. Few have ever made me think that, but you were an intriguing exception. It was then I decided, when the time came, we would fight by each other's side. And, as you know, I seized that opportunity when it came. Deceit and vanity are the fragile facades I despise most. One must face their feelings in the light, be it joy, pain, ambition, or evil. That's why I admire you. You've never tried to hide the fire in your eyes. It's that honesty that made us comrades. You hold special access to the Ephor's palace. Therefore, its gates shall always stand open for you. You wish to know why? There is no need. I recognize you as a dear friend, and that is reason enough. Should you ever need me, I will stand by you on any journey. This I swear. As I said before, the title of ruler is almost too narrow to capture the depths of your humanity. And yet, I can't think of a title more fitting for you. Of course, it should and will never bind you, because only you can define who you are. Raguna's laureate, Septimont's champion, hero of heroes. They are but fragments of your story, never the sum of your soul. I know well that your path stretches far beyond Rinascita. That is what sets us apart. I, Augusta, Ephor of Septimont, was born of this land, and to its soil I shall one day return. My gaze reaches every hill and peak of Septimont, but it ends at the sea. You, however, are meant to embrace the world. So go. Seek the lands far and wide. That is where your true arena lies. From the heights of the Ephor's palace, one can overlook the entire city of Septimont. Whenever I finish my duties, I enjoy climbing up to the rooftop to feel the wind. At times, Griffrexes returning from the Sanguis plateaus soar above the palace. I listen to their cries, eyes tracing their wings as they sweep across every inch of Septimont's land. A land that we, and our forebears, reclaimed from the jaws of calamity. We Septimontians rarely dwell on the pain of struggle, for we understand that the road to victory is never smooth. And I will carry this glorious legacy forward. It is the promise I make to our people, and to this land that burns with pride. Trouble. At the Ephor's palace, it's not uncommon to encounter challenges. But as long as one is willing to fight, everything will resolve in time. Troubles that can be overcome aren't real troubles. I'm not a picky eater. As long as it satisfies, I'm content with anything. As for sweets, I don't indulge much. When I was young, Angel had a great fondness for desserts, so I would often leave her the treats that the adults gave us. Over time, I grew indifferent to sweets. But I wouldn't say I dislike them either. When I was appointed as Ephor, I swore to defend the glory of Septimont until my last breath. Since that moment, my conviction has never wavered, for even an instant. The passage of time has not dulled my vow. On the contrary, With each clash of blades, each call of the hunt, my resolve has only grown steadier and stronger. This is the mission I have chosen, and the path I must conquer. This great sword is forged from the blades of countless gladiators. You may have heard its tale. At first, I took those swords to spare the defeated a crueler fate. I took their blades so they could live. I've always believed that a gladiator's blood should be shed only for the greater good of Septimont. Of course, back then, I needed those blades to serve as my own fangs. Now, gladiators no longer fight to the death in the Colosseum, and I no longer need a sword to prove myself. Yet, somewhere along the way, this weapon became part of me, fused with my very flesh and blood. It bears witness to who I was, and shapes who I must become. Not many know about my past, or rather, my whole past. It's not that there are dark secrets to hide, just the things I did in my younger, more reckless days still make me cringe a little. But with you, I don't feel the need to hide anything. Honesty is the least I can offer in return for your trust. A formidable opponent. His words and actions have indeed earned the Senate's favor. I'm well aware the Senate is far from clean, but I trust Ovidius has no intention of sinking into its filth. What I do wonder, though, is how fiercely his ambition will burn, or whether the confusion I now see in his eyes will one day consume him, leaving only cold embers in the wake of a fire gone out. Aha! A genius, made for the arena whose passion burns pure. Had we met in the early days of the Colosseum, perhaps we would have fought side by side as you two do now. Just watching her reminds me that my efforts to reform the arena were not in vain. The Colosseum is always meant to be a stage for passion and glory, not a mire of corruption and decay. Fuling. Just from the name alone, I can tell she's from Huanglong. From the moment we met, this remarkable young lady made an impression. I'm grateful she kept her promise and gave Septimont a fighting chance. For me, and for everyone in this land, her kindness is a debt we will never forget. Angel. I've never forgotten Fabianum, nor the past we shared. When our homeland fell, I don't know what kind of nightmare she faced that day in the depths of Oak Hollow. But there is a voice in my heart that never fades. It tells me she's still alive. And I believe, one day, Angel will find her way home, back to our land. Happy birthday, Rover. Take this, my dear friend. It's crafted by the finest blacksmiths of Septimont. A sword worthy of you. I know your hands are never without a sharp blade, but what true gladiator would ever say they have too many? If this gift doesn't quite meet your expectations, just let me know. Any friend of mine deserves nothing less than the best. The blade most worn is often the sharpest. A faint power still one that commands attention. Ah. Good boy. Go fetch it. I am Augusta, Ephor of Septimont. Etch this name into your memory. It belongs to the one who stands above, and whose mark will never fade. Whether we meet as foes or friends, my sword and I await the fierce fight between us. With the blazing sun as witness. Glory, bow before us! All the sun touches is ours to fight for. March on toward destined victory. The hunt never ends. Strike relentlessly, again and again. Each battle reforges my blade. Its true strength lies not in the steel, but in the will that commands it. Septimont flows through me, but my blood answers to neither the Senate nor the Colosseum. My veins run deep in the soil of my hometown and spread wherever I go. Each battle I fight, each path I choose, makes them pulse stronger. I will not stop here. My hometown's fall revealed the truth. Only with the ever-blazing sun can darkness have nowhere to hide. When the rules are rigged, power turns into a weapon of destruction. Yet, as I rewrite those rules with my own power, I realize just how much I still need to learn to keep Septimont balanced, and to lead as a true ruler. There was a time I felt lost atop Capitolini Hill. Not about the present, but the future. When age catches up to me, when the weight I carry is no longer mine to bear, no longer needed by Septimont. What then? Will I live a quiet life in a small town? Or maybe become a weaponsmith? It's hard to say. But if I had my way, I'd return to the arena with silver in my hair, facing worthy foes to the roar of the crowd. My blood will never grow old. Roars of conquest! Pathetic struggle! Sing of my triumph! For Septimont! Moment of victory! In one strike! Undying glory! Rulers rule! Winners win! Stand tall before the eternal sun! All glory to Septimont! It ends now! One strike is enough! My valor never fades! My valor unmatched! Invincible! Conquest begins now. This is my moment. Fight by my side. In the name of glory. Honor to you, my friend. Ah, well played. A worthy opponent. Barely felt it. Never back down. The sun never sets. I will not fall here. Fight or fall. To arms! In control. To the land, honor cannot be sullied. To the lands afar. Call it precision. Stay behind me. A hunt isn't complete without a prize. Worth the chase. Nice trophy. Bounty of the sea.